Hey, so quick advice I'll give myself is that it gets better over time. In high school, a lot of the issues that I dealt with was because it wasn't because of high school itself. It was more so the external forces of my living situation, my community that played a huge impact on how I behaved in high school. I went to 5 different high schools. I was in fights all the time. I was lashing out. I was mad. I was angry, but it wasn't because of school. It was because of my living situation. My parents, were on drugs. Our lights was getting cut off. I didn't have the latest clothes or I didn't have food in the house. I wasn't worried about 2 plus 2 in math and algebra and science. I can care less about that. So I got in fights. I got in suspended from school because I was angry. I didn't know how to channel those emotions. But it got better. I reached out to help. I reached out to my counselor who do care, who want to help you. But we got to express ourselves. We got to let them know what's going on because I started to get labeled as a bad kid because I wasn't expressing myself. I wasn't letting them know what was going on at home. I was afraid because what your parents say is what happens in this household stayed in this household. So I was afraid to get help because I thought that I'd be punished for getting help. But I assure you, it got better and it gets better. So use this time to get the advice, get the help to talk, to express yourself, and really make some great choices in high school because it starts now. Change starts now, and your future starts now. So take it very seriously. Have a good day.
Hey, this is Brian Alfaro, Poly alumni, class of 2018. And if I could go back in time and tell myself, what I change in high school, like relationship wise with my parents, it'd be just to speak to them more, actually get to know them better, do realize that, they were teenagers once too. You know, get to a bond where it's like, I could tell them anything and they could tell me anything. Because now, I don't spend as much time with them. I'm in college, you know. I do still live with them, but, schedules are crazy. They work, I go to school, no one sees each other. So if I could go back, it would just be to speak to them more often, create a stronger bond, and, actually get a feel for what real adulthood life is.
I would say that you have to keep in mind the fact that it might feel like you've lived with your parents forever and that you're gonna live with them forever, but that really isn't the case because soon you're gonna move out and go to college or get a job, and then your parents aren't gonna be a huge part of your life anymore. And that's something you gotta keep in mind when you're thinking about the value of your relationship with your parents and what kind of relationship you actually want to have with your parents. Because that's something that's gonna be harder to build when you're away from them. So that's my advice there.